Sunday marks 20 years since the Oklahoma City bombing, and all week at 10, we're looking back on the events of that day. Tonight, we focus on letters that Oklahoma City bomber Tim McVeigh wrote after his arrest. 2 Works 2 anchor Russ McCaskey says they give us a unique look at the personality of a mass murderer.
He latched on stories that could potentially paint the government in a bad light. He wanted the world to care about what Tim McVeigh thought.
Former Oklahoma Gazette reporter Phil Bacharach has a unique perspective on Oklahoma City bomber Timothy McVeigh.
One weird thing he used to do in his correspondence, he would cover the letter with, he would fold something over it, usually an advertisement. Sometimes he would use pornography.
His first letter was in response to an article Bacharach wrote.
He wouldn't write about the bombing, but he made no bones about the fact that he hated the federal government.
Bacharach says McVeigh wrote about 20 letters and a Christmas card to him over a 2.5-year period. Mostly, McVeigh wrote about pop culture.
He loved The Unforgiven. He loved The Simpsons. He thought King of the Hill was pretty good. I mean, it was just so outside of the realm.
Bacharach was hoping to do a book with McVeigh one day, hoping to find out how someone could do something so horrific. McVeigh later did a book with 2 reporters from Buffalo, but Bacharach says the McVeigh who bragged about the bombing in that book was different than the McVeigh who wrote him letters.
I mean, the Tim McVeigh who committed the bombing was not the Tim McVeigh I saw.
Looking back with 20 years perspective, Bacharach says that seems to make more sense now.
The most vicious and evil person can come off as a completely personable human being. I mean, that's what a sociopath is.
And tomorrow night, we'll talk with a man who spent the first 3 years of his life in the daycare of the Murrah Federal Building.